Want some executive orders today? Welcome from Lemur News 6 p.m. broadcast. My name's Bill, and I'm here to give you the news. Tonight we will be talking about Joe Biden's presidency and many of his executive orders. President Biden has signed 63 executive orders since being in office already, and he's not that far into his presidency. He signed a lot within his first day, and most likely will sign more depending on the situation to the United States government. Tonight we will discuss 4 already signed executive orders and have made a significant impact in America and on the social side of politics and government right now. But first, we're going to kick it over to Bob with the weather. Bob?
Well, Bill, as you can see, it is raining. Raining a lot. It was raining a lot earlier, too.
Thank you for the weather, Bob. Now, in my hand, I have a list of the 4 consecutive orders that we're going to go over today. The first one requires ethics pledge for executive branch personnel, which was passed January 20th. The second one, repeal ban on transgender people serving openly in the U.S. military. That was passed January 25th. The third one, create task force to reunite families separated at the border. That was February 2nd. And the fourth one, create a commission to study possible Supreme Court reforms. That was passed April 9th.
Now, I'm Harold. This hat may not fit, but I'll tell you what does. That executive order number 1. Well, it's not the number 1 executive order that Joe Biden passed, but I believe it's very important. It is the executive branch ethics pledge. They are forced to take a pledge whenever they come into the branch to make sure that they don't talk about what goes on in the executive branch outside of there. Make sure that they don't break code saying, oh, we got to judge this law different than we got to judge this law. No, they have to judge every single one of them based off the Constitution and the law that is already set in place. They can't just pass stuff willy-nilly back and forth. They have to take the ethics pledge to make sure that they are safe within their own branch.
Thanks. Hey guys, I'm Jimmy. As you can see by my cool glasses, I'm obviously clouded. I'm very famous. If you don't know me, I'm actually from social media, at that Jimmy kid. So today I'm here to talk about, the second one that they listed, talking about transgender people wanting to go into the military. And Joe Biden passed the executive order saying that all people should be held equal. Everybody should be able to go into the military, no matter what your gender, race, how you feel about your sexuality. Anybody should be allowed to serve your country and protect. And he passed that executive order in place of that. Trying to help people out, I fully back it up, Shout out to Mendham, Big things. Anyways, we're going to pass it over to Drake. Jeez. Epic intro, you know what I mean? What's up, y'all? My name is Drake. And I'm going third because it takes 3 to love. You, me, and this koala bear that I sleep with every night. You cross him, I drop you. Anyways, the third one that we're going to be talking about is the reunition, the task force created to help reunite families that were separated at the border. There was this guy in before me, or before, Joe Biden, who name happened to rhyme with Crump. I don't know if you know what you're talking about. If you know, you know what I mean. So he did some stuff at the border. We're not going to talk about it. It was kind of messed up. But a lot of families actually got taken away from each other. So now, Joe Biden, being the good president that he is taking some of those families and he's putting them together, He's taking the ones that were missed, taking the ones that are over here that were separated. He's putting them back together. All around great guy, man. I think that's a great point. I think that's needed a lot, Anyways, hit my line, ladies, you know what I mean? So I have the last executive order, of course, because I'm the smartest. I have a few notes here on it. So it's a commission created to study possible Supreme Court reforms on April 9th, created by Joe Biden. Joe Biden saying that he wants to, see if there are any changes that need to be made in any past Supreme Court decisions, Now, the commission will be composed of 36 members, all appointed by Joe Biden. And Joe Biden will also appoint 2 of them to serve as co-chairs. The function of it shall produce a report for the president that includes the following: an account of the contemporary commentary and the debate of the role and operation of the Supreme Court in our constitutional system. 2. The historical background or of other periods in the nation's history when the Supreme Court role and nominations, advice, and consent process were subject to critical assessment. Okay, we're going to go off our own. So, basically, looking at what's happened in the past and giving the president a rundown of what happened. Let's go over all these again. Requires ethics pledge for executive branch personnel. Now, this is related to the recent BLM movements and the police killings. Now, they're requiring this now because to make sure that there's a backup plan for everybody. So say an executive branch personnel is against BLM. Well, now they can't be. Acquiring to the pledge. Once they take that pledge, they have to follow it. And they can't base someone off race, they can't base someone off what they believe in, they just have to judge it fairly. They have to judge every law fairly. Repeal ban on transgender people serving openly in the U.S. military. Now that really doesn't go past Barack Obama. Barack Obama's presidency is whenever the whole transgender and all this other stuff about who can go into the military really came into play based off some people being comfortable, some people being uncomfortable. And through the social aspect of going through life, that has changed a lot. And now this is set in stone. Repeal ban on transgender people serving openly in the military, saying that everybody should have an equal chance of getting into the military, staying in the military, serving your country, and protecting. Everybody should be able to do that. Create a task force to reunite families separated at the border. Now, this only relates back to Donald Trump. Donald Trump tried to build a wall. He also separated many families in the process. He also was trying to get illegal immigrants out of America and ended up taking some actual families away from other family members. And that's very hard for some people because some people need other family members to be able to keep up their financials in the house or to be able to support themselves as a family. They need every member. And finally, the fourth one, create a commission to study possible Supreme Court reforms. Now that goes back to pretty much everything. Any Supreme Court ruling that happened, that's needed. Anything that happened with a executive order that was related to the Supreme Court, that's what they're going to go over in it. This relates back to many, many times. And it also relates back to formal judicial members because they're going to be a part of the committee. They're going to be part of the commission. They're going to be the ones that are studying all of this and giving the president a report. Now, thank you for joining us for our 6 p.m. broadcast.